Gopi Javallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhari Yashoda Nandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamunatiravanachari Yamunatiravanachari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Shikanta Prashasha Bhagavan ki Bhagavan ki Devara Brahmade. Sleep and feelings so the power of showing up against Robert May as dollar or people spend their money or they values. Every dollar spent, they say, is a vote for what a customer values most. Similar, showing up for one's daily sadhana is a devotee's deliberate vote for Krishna over illusion. Those who vote by showing up therefore need no say much. And since in any relationship consistency and reliability, nature, faith, our consistency in showing up for our daily practice build Krishna's faith in us and ours in him. Jagadish Pandit. Shri Jagadish Pandit near Jagannath Mishra in Shri. One Ekadashi day, baby Nimai was crying constantly. He started taking massage precise and Jagdish after the Jagannath came to ask for prasadam on the request baby. This Pandit concluded that he must have essential music power. Otherwise, how could we understand the prayers of prasadam? The mind emerged. Jagadish Pandit in ecstasy on seeing baby. Gauranga manifests a beautiful form with the moon, the monsoon cloud complexion, shining like lightning, and adorned with shimmering peacock faith. After to Shri Krishna, Shri Kshetra Dham, Jagannath Puri, Lord Gauranga asked Jagadish to help spread the taken Jagadish Pandit took it of Natak Nadia ship to in village Yashore. He was formerly the great answer Chandra Hashim Khalil and Ki Jai. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Cheva Naramam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 5, Text 17. Daitya Chandana Vane Jatayam Kantaka Drumach Yanmulon Mula Parashor Vishnurnaito Bhakach Daitya Chandana Vane Jatayam Kantaka Drumach Yanmulon Mula Parashor Vishnurnaito Bhakach Daitya Chandana Vane Jatam Kantadruma Yamuna Mulan Parashor Vishnor Nalaitor Bhaka Daitya Chandana Vane Jatayam Kantakadana Inmulan Mula Parashor Vishnor Nalaitor Bhaka Daitya Chandana Vane Yantama Chandaka Yanmulan Mula Parashar Vishnu Narada Bhaka Ete Chandanavane Yantayan Kajana Yanmulan Mula Parashar Vishnu Narada Bhaka Nitya Chandanavane Jatayam Kantakadruma Yanmulan Mula Parashar Vishnu Navaitor 5 points to Gryffindor. The idea of the demoniac family. Chandanavane in the sandalwood forest. Jataha born. I am this. Kantaka Dumach thorn tree. Yad of which. Mula of the roots. Unmula in the cotton. Parasho who is like an X. Vishnu of Lord Vishnu. Nalaita in the handle, at the handle. Arbhaka boy. Translation purport by His Divine Grace Abhijana Bhaktivedanta Swami Shilrupada Ki. This rascal Prahlada has appeared like a thorn tree in a forest of sandalwood. To cut down sandalwood trees, an axe is needed, and the wood of the thorn tree is very suitable for the handle of such an axe. Lord Vishnu is the axe for cutting down the sandalwood forest of the family of demons, and this Prahlada is the handle for that axe. Thorn trees generally grow in deserted places, not in sandalwood forests. But the Samuel Brahmanas Shanda and Amarka compared the dynasty of the Daitya Hiranyakashipu to a sandalwood forest and compared Prahlad Maharaja to a hard-strong thorn tree that could provide the handle of an axe. They compared Lord Vishnu to the axe itself. An axe alone cannot cut a thorn tree. It needed a handle, which may be made of the wood of a thorn tree. Thus, the thorn tree of demoniac civilization can be cut to pieces by the axe of Vishnu Bhakti, devotional service to Lord Krishna. Some of the members of the demoniac civilization, like Prahlad Maharaja, may become the handle for the axe to assist Lord Vishnu, and thus the entire forest of demoniac civilization can be cut to pieces. Om Ginatimirandasya Ginanjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayarupakadamakyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jata Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha Hare Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindaveshwari Vrishabhanusudevi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namam Vishnupaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Smriti Namine Namaste Sarasvati Gauravani Prachane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine It's my greatest fortune to be discuss them. This rascal Prahlada has appeared like a thorn tree in a forest of sandalwood. Sandalwood, like, very expensive tree. I mean, very rare and very expensive. Just you can use a little piece of sandalwood for years. It make you should how to say it. Scrape it to the stone, and make little by little make some pasta from sandalwood. And usually we use this for the deities, and it smells very nice. Sandalwood has a very nice smell. And this analogy is given by Shanda and Marka in this verse. So these two so-called Brahmanas, that's why Prabhupada translated seminal Brahmanas. So they were just, sons of Brahmana, not the real Brahmanas. And they make this analogy that our dynasty, this Hiranyakashipu dynasty, actually demonic dynasty, is a sandalwood trees, like sandalwood trees forest. And this Prahlada, a little boy Prahlada Maharaj, he's a handle for an axe, who's cutting, these trees. So, these demons, they show that, okay, we are the best, we are like sandalwood. And this Prahlada, all this Vishnu Bhaktas, they're like, handle which made from the thorn tree. Thorn tree usually, I never saw thorn tree in the UK because it's too wet. It's too wet. Usually, some thorn trees grew in the places where it's quite hot. A lot of sun, less water. Maybe some of them like acacia. Okay. Anyway, like for example, in previous years, I mean, to bring something from, for example, from India, to European countries, they use this. The caravans should go through the desert, and there is no roads. There are no roads in the desert. It's usually just sand, just a sand. So people used, some how to say, channel from the river. Because once a year, a huge rain falls, and maybe for a couple of weeks, it was some river in the desert with grass, and some trees, and all other year, just the channel, and people used this channel as a road, to bring some spices from India to European countries, these caravans. And yeah, after that they make, I think, this Suez Channel, which is this Red Sea and Mediterranean Sea, which connected now in our time. But previously they used this, caravans with the camels. So, and on the bank of the tree, only thorn tree can grow because it's too hot, So instead of leaves, this tree might have some, needles. And thorn tree has very strong, is very strong. It's like not metal, but close to the metal than to the wood. So usually to the axe, people use this, at least in previous ages, people used these handles from the thorn trees. And obviously, we understand, that he compare demoniac dynasty as a sandalwood tree, which is, I think, one of the most expensive trees in the world, and Vaishnavas, in that analogy, this Chandra market, they come with, this cheapest, useless thorn tree, So that is they understand it, yeah. Just remember, maybe you remember when Kripamoy Prabhu he came and last time, and on Sutam Center, he told this story. He told the story when sandalwood tree. I think some hunter or someone else, you remember this story? Okay. The main idea was like, sandalwood trees forest was given to one person who didn't understand the value of the tree, and he used. Yeah.
He was looking for his way out, and he stopped at the hut of a charcoal maker. And the charcoal maker treated him very nicely and showed him the way out. And as a reward, he gave the charcoal maker this sandalwood forest as a reward. Very valuable trees. And then he came back a year later, all the trees were cut down. And he went to the charcoal maker and he said, "Oh, what did you do with the trees?" He said, "Well, I made charcoal out of it." So, because he didn't know the value of what he had.
Yes. He mentioned the story. Show us that usually we don't understand the value of holy names. Krishna holy names. So yeah. So Shari market, they compare this in this analogy, and to cut down, okay, let's go through the purport. Countries generally grew in other places, yes, not in sandalwood. Shari and Varka compare the dynasty of the Daitya Hiranyakashipu to a sandalwood forest and compared Prahlad Maharaja to a hard, strong thorn tree that could provide the handle of an axe. They compared Lord Vishnu to an axe itself. An axe alone cannot cut a thorn tree. It needs a handle, which may be made of the wood of a thorn tree. Okay, on these sentences, an axe alone cannot cut a thorn tree. So in this analogy, which Prabhupada is given, Lord Vishnu is compared with the axe itself, but you can't cut a tree with an axe without a handle. So similarly, maybe how it's like, Krishna, he has no Krishna bhakti. So if you would like to, to get this Krishna bhakti, every morning at least we chant, Shikshastakam prayers and finish them with this to achieve the highest goal, Krishna Prema Bhakti. So it's supposed to be our goal. Maybe we don't understand completely what does it mean, but at least it's supposed to be our goal. And the only, how to say it, distributor of Krishna Bhakti is devotees. So only devotees can distribute Krishna Bhakti, not Krishna himself. Because Krishna, he has no love to himself, only devotee has love to himself. And only when Krishna came as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he distributed love to Krishna. But at the same time, Sri Krishna Chaitanya is not only Krishna himself, but Krishna and Radharani together. So similar, I mean, like in this purport, Prabhupada said that it is impossible to cut tree with only X itself. You also need this handle, and this handle means devotee. So only devotee can distribute this Krishna consciousness moment. For example, in Sankirtan, I remember in Prabhupada's times, devotees they had some agreement that this Pavan, they will distribute another books through the shops, through the usual shops, and no one buy books. No one bought them. But when we go outside and distribute books, people buy them. So this is like a nice example shows us how is it possible to do this transcendental only through devotees. This knowledge can be distributed, which may the country. Thus, country demoniac civilization can be characterized by the acts of Vishnu Bhakti, devotion to the Lord Krishna. Also, very nice idea. Very nice idea. The tree of demoniac civilization can be cut to pieces by the acts of Vishnu Bhakti, devotional service to the Lord Krishna. Shishi Kodintayama Prashasya Bhagavan ki jai. Maybe some of you knows when United Nations organization was established, which year? Approximately. I think after Second World War, yeah? 1945, yeah. Oh, and all this time, this organization trying to do everything to avoid, wars and some other problems which human civilization have in this have in this world. Yeah. And at the same time, they're not successful, this. So in Prabhupada, he preached about this a lot. He really preached about this a lot, that the only way to change this civilization is to preach devotional service. I mean, is to give this to give to people this Krishna Bhakti, to engage them somehow or other, to engage them in devotional service. And so Srila Prabhupada, he shows us that this is the main, this is the cause of all problems. People forget God, and when you forget God, this is your fundamental need, just to the fundamental need of every living being is to love and to be loved. And this knowledge, when we have a hole in our heart, like a big hole, and we try to put everything there, like some, I don't know, achieve some goals. We think that, okay, when I will have more money, I will be more successful, and I will be more respectful person. People will show me respect, people will honor me, and I will become happy. or I don't know, when I did this or when I do this or that, somehow or other, we have this idea that I need to, to do something to become happy. But the only way to become happy is to become Krishna consciousness. This is the only way. And Krishna is the biggest, Krishna is the biggest. So this hole in our heart is the biggest because we forget Krishna. And when we try to be happy without Krishna, then we try to use all these resources of this material nature, and we use them more and more, and this cause this ecological, environment problems. Like, what is the main problem in this world? That this problem has limited resources. This planet, we have limited resources on this planet, for example, and we have unlimited desires. So limited resources, unlimited desires. We try to fulfill unlimited desires with limited resources, and that's why people fight each other. I need more resources to fulfill my desire. My desire is better than your desire, and that's the cause of all problems. That's the cause of all wars, which going on right now, on this planet. And the only way to avoid this, if we change these people's desires, and this only possible with giving people this transcendental knowledge about Krishna consciousness. One understands that really my only desire is to serve Lord. All my other desires can be fulfilled by this. Person became happy immediately, and no need to be a rich person, no need to be richest or influence, more influence, so no need to anything. You're completely happy with this desire to serve the Lord, to serve other people, to serve devotees. Because this is the way how you can serve the Lord. Obviously, the most likely Srimad they can serve directly on the altar. But you should Bhagavatam to do so. And for all others, we can serve each other. We can serve devotees. We can serve the devotees serve on the altar somehow or other. Yes, and the best way to serve his devotees. Obviously, all the living beings in this material world are his children, and even I don't know, some not so nice persons who might not be like, they're his children. So we need to see the connection between Lord and all the jivas. It says that in this material world only two values, Krishna holy names and jiva. This is the only reality, only what we have in this world, only jiva and holy name. Everything else is just, these material elements, which is temporal. And special only jiva and Krishna holy names. Krishna's holy names. Yes, so in this sentence, Srila Prabhupada mentioned that thus the thorn of the demoniac civilization can be cut to pieces by the axe of Vishnu Bhakti, devotion service to Lord Krishna. Some of the members of the demoniac civilization, like Prahlad Maharaja, may become the handle for the axe to assist Lord Vishnu, and thus the entire forest of demoniac civilization can be cut to pieces. And this final sentence in this purport is Prabhupada's desire. Some of the members of the demoniac civilization, like Prahlada Maharaja, may become the handle of the axe to assist Lord Vishnu. So Prahlada Maharaja, he was born in demoniac civilization, leading by Hiranyakashipu. What do you think about our time? Do we have a Vaishnava civilization or demoniac civilization? People eat animals, people arrange slaughterhouses, will kill, children in the wombs, people, I don't know, people even eat them. So this is not, very spiritual civilization right now. Obviously, this Kali Yuga civilization and Timonian civilization. And Prabhupada wants us to become this, eggs for handle for the eggs. And also a very nice analogy, because the best preachers came from this. Usually, the best preachers are the people who came from the same, audience that they preach. Because if I don't know, can you imagine if some person who was born like 500 years ago in Western Bengal, and he met Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally, from that civilization, and he came and started to preach, in this modern civilization, he might not understand this modern culture, I mean, how to give this Christian consciousness for the people in our time. I remember also one funny story. Srila Prabhupada mentioned it a lot of times about preacher, one Christian preacher who I believe it happened in Sheffield. Some Christian preacher, he preached in this Sheffield, and Sheffield was famous with, not in our time, but previously, it was famous with this coal mines, yes. So this preacher, he preached for this coal miners, like, you should change your life, otherwise you will go to hell. And they ask, hell doesn't mean hell. And by them, hell is a place where it's dark, wet, there's no sunlight, and you should work hard. And they say, okay, we already do this. Don't afraid of hell because we're in the hell as a coal miners. And then he told, okay, the hell, there's no newspapers in the hell. And they were very much afraid of this, no newspapers. How is it possible to survive without newspapers? So, I mean, in story, we can find like preacher, he understands his audience, and he gave them, example they can understand. So, if we are the people who are born in this civilization, we understand this, and also again this quality of compassion. Why is it usually happen when devotee, I don't know, pure devotee of the Lord, they came for this material world and show this lila in this world. At the same time, they usually Krishna. I mean, these devotees, they should go through some difficult circumstances. It's not like they came and everything is okay. Just no need to fight. Krishna just gave everything, and people they just preach. We can remember the life of Srila Prabhupada. How he was fighting for this. How strong his desire to preach was, and what he had to go through just starting this movement. And also Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he also a lot of problems, a lot of difficulties in this preaching. And through these examples, Krishna shows us that like these devotees, when they show in this lila, when they go through this just common life. Srila Prabhupada, he was grihastha for a lot. He was a businessman, and not always successful businessman. He had some problems in his business. He has a problem. I don't know, not problems, but his family life wasn't, very pleasant also as well. So he, through this experience, this devotees, they can understand, which common people go through in this material world, and that's why by understanding this, they have this compassion for these people. They understand the struggles of these people, because, like for example, in the beginning, in the previous verses, Prahlad Maharaja, he was wondering how is it possible, You're speaking to me about this philosophy that divide and conquer, and now I see this reality. This is how some people think. Because I thought that the only reality is that we should think like everyone is one big family, and everyone's equal. So for Prahlad Maharaj, it was very difficult to understand how is it possible to be if some people think has other opinions. Obviously, he was Mahabhagavata, and so this compassion, it become like stronger in a person who went through some experience, some bad experience. You can understand, also you can understand the suffering of people when you went through the suffering by yourself. This is not the only way, but this is usually how does it works. Yeah. So, and in the end of this purport, Srila mentioned some of the members of the demonic civilization, like Prahlada Maharaja, may become the handle for the eggs to assist Lord Vishnu, and thus the entire force of demonic civilization can be cut to pieces. I would like to pause here and ask you to comment, to add something. Yes.
I was referring to his disciples. He often compared his disciples with God, because we were born in demoniac families. And I had one devotee, he was in the class in Mayapur saying that, the malachas have been left to spread Krishna.
Non-devotee? Try to remember something from Bhagavad Gita, this definition from the demon. And Krishna put them, to this deepest hellish plans. Do you remember this verse?
Yeah, Krishna says I cast them into deepest hellish planets and all for longer and longer time period like that. 16th chapter, I think.
I mean, demons are the persons. Yeah.
When I first became a devotee, I heard the devotees talking about demons, and I thought demons had little horns, and you only saw them in Dracula movies, And then we were going around the doors, and one of the first Christian, I gave her a book. She didn't like the book at all, and I says, "No, we're saying God. We're just saying that God is a very beautiful cowhide boy." And I showed her the picture on the front on the way to Krishna, and she became incensed. She snatched the book and she ripped the book to shreds, and she was like fuming. She was so disturbed that we have this personal conception of God being a very beautiful person, So then we're thinking, okay, so that's what a demon is, someone that's really first to the personal form of Krishna.
Also, speaking of demons and, like in previous ages, demons and demigods, I mean, they live in like, separate planets, often separate countries, then in separate, in one family, maybe demons and, people who like devotees or people with cause of demigods. And in our time in Kali Yuga, what is more practical for us, we need to understand that, this demon and, we have both in our heart. And demon and, some like bad dog and good dog. And it depends which dog you will feed. The dog will grow. So we need to understand, yes, like it's really easy to find demons in common people. I don't know, in our family. All these people, they sometimes husband may think that his wife is a demon. Sometimes wife may think that his husband is a demon. Or their children or their parents, no matter. But in fact, we should looking for some demons in our heart and trying to, not to feed this demon of greed, of ignorance, of all these bad qualities. Yes, because it was much easier in previous ages, Like, I understand, oh, this is demon, okay. And he came in a demon dynasty. Sometimes in demon dynasty, maybe very nice devotees came as Prahlada Maharaja or Bali Maharaja. Yes, but usually, just it was demon Daityas dynasty. Usually demons came there. Then demigods dynasty, people with good qualities came there. In our time, no matter, even in one person, there's both.
In the 16th chapter of the Gita is Suchi Vrata, sworn to unclean work. So the Vrata they take is to break the principles every day. Illicit sex, intoxication, eating meat, and gambling. So a demoniac person is sworn to perform those activities. So that's the first thing we have to do. We have to give up those activities if we're going to turn away, because we've been brought up in a demoniac civilization. We have those habits deeply ingrained. So the more we get free from them, then the more we're free from being a demon.
Is there any questions or comments?
Are those that are directly opposed to the interest of Lord Vishnu. He said there are actually three types of people. There's the devotees, there's the demons, and there's the innocent. They don't know about Lord Vishnu. They're not against Lord Vishnu. They may not be following any regulative principles or religious principles, but they may be somewhat pious. And he would say that about, like, devotees' parents, for instance. They may not be following any type of regulations or any religious, but they're producing offspring that are becoming devotees, so they're more or less pious. There was 4 brothers actually in America. The father was a butcher, and the first son went to Los Angeles. They lived in Minnesota or somewhere, and he joined the movement, and then the father sent the other brother to get him, and then he joined. And the 4 brothers all together joined the movement, and the father was a butcher. So, you can't really say that the father is a demon because he produced a family of 4 devotees. So Srila Prabhupada was saying there's the devotees, there's the demons, and there's also the innocent. They don't know about Lord Vishnu, or they're not opposed to Lord Vishnu, but they don't know about him.
So the demons are the persons who challenge the Lord, who challenge the Lord laws, who challenge, his will. Like, okay, I will conquer you. Like Hiranyakashipu is a very nice example of demon, I mean, usually demons, they understand that there is Lord Vishnu. They believe in Vishnu, but okay, maybe there is some God, but I am better. My understanding is better than the God. I know better what I need. So this is usually the people who challenge the Lord's will. I think this is the definition of demons. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay. Yes. Okay. But maybe last thing from Lord Krishna Prabhu and we finished.
It'll be a long one.
Okay. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Srila Prabhupada Vajata Pavana ki Daya
Haribol. His Grace Krishna Kishore Prabhu ki.
Not